Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NFL news. I might have to separate this into two videos again, because I didn't cover any NFL news yesterday. We went over all stuff yesterday from Dolph Klingman, and some news from today. So let's get around to it here. So, the most quarterback pressures this season among the defensive tackles. Number one, the hashtag 49ers, Javon Hargrave, is number one with 18 quarterback pressures. Jalen Carter is a rookie with 15 quarterback pressures, tied with Ed Oliver, both with 15 quarterback pressures, and Jonathan Allen, 14 quarterback pressures. This is stats via ESPN. I mean, the Eagles probably miss Hargrave. They do, but they probably got a newer and better version. His Carter is good and will eventually be better. But teams that didn't take Jalen Carter are going to regret it. Like, yeah, I know. He didn't kill his teammate. I don't even think he was in the car. But that's why people passed him in the draft, because they know that situation before the draft. But teams are going to regret not picking him, man. Like, teams are going to regret letting him slip in the draft. So the hashtag Buccaneers, they are working out former hashtag Bengals first round pick cornerback William Jackson per KPR C2 Houston affiliate station. William Jackson, he previously played for the Commanders as well and had workouts with the Eagles, Giants, and Ravens, and now the Buccaneers are going to give him a workout to see if they'll sign him. And people say, oh, how come nobody signed him? And Steelers traded for him last year, trading some conventional draft picks. He never even went to practice. He hasn't played well in a while now. He's just not good anymore. Like, there was a time I thought he was underrated. Now he's just not even good. But yeah, Steelers legend. So the hashtag Jets, they worked out rookie wide receiver Michael Jefferson per Connor J. Hughes. The 6'4", 205-pound wide receiver was projected to be a day 2 pick in the 2023 draft. But he got into an awful car crash, which tanked his draft stock. He was going to be a day 2 selection, but had that car crash, dropped his stock. He visited the hashtag Seahawks and hashtag 49ers as well, so this is his third visit. And he caught 69 passes in college, nice, for 1,291 yards, and also had 11 touchdowns. So, the Jets, I don't know if he wants to go over there and have Zach Wilson as his quarterback. Me personally, I would rather go to the 49ers. So, an update. The NFL, they would not rule out adding a overseas team to the league. NFL Executive Vice President Peter O'Reilly said they wouldn't rule out an overseas NFL team in the coming years because of the rapid overseas fan base support. Quote, you could sell out those games. This is via Adam Schefter. O'Reilly added, quote, there's nothing imminent there, citing complicated logistics, but the league has been pushing international games. Under Roger Goodell, remember the recent report saying the league's looking to hosting games in Spain and in Brazil. It would definitely be cool to see the NFL add an overseas team in the league. I mean, it's kind of a major disadvantage travel-wise for anyone playing them and anyone playing for them, but I don't think it would matter, really. I don't think the time would matter, because I would really, so there could be some jet lag, for sure. It could be a foolish idea, but I would definitely like to see the NFL add an overseas team. So, a few days ago, on the 26th of September, so 28th now, 2 days later, Davante Adams said the Raiders aren't a winning culture with the way they're doing things, basically, and there was an update. Per Matt Lombardo NFL, he listed 6 potential landing spots for Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams. And he recently said the team isn't doing the things they need to do in order to establish a winning culture. And 6 teams he listed was the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Packers, going back to the Packers, I don't know about that, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Lions. I don't think he's going back to Green Bay, honestly. Detroit would definitely be interesting. He would be lethal on the lines. You have him, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So that'd be a good 1-2 duo right there. So, Patriots coach Bill Belichick was asked about comparing Micah Parsons and Lawrence Taylor and said he wouldn't put anyone, ahead of Lawrence Taylor. This is Pro Football Talk. I think comparing players like that, it's not really. I would just say I wouldn't put anyone ahead of Lawrence Taylor. Maybe I'm prejudiced, but I saw that guy every day for over a decade, and he tilted the field for a decade. So until somebody does that, there's a lot of great players, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody else. There's a lot of great players that have been in this league that are in this league. He's just a different breed. It's really hard to compare defensive players because, Lawrence Taylor played back in the day, and now Michael Parsons plays now. It's kind of hard to compare players from then to now. I know. I don't know. It's just kind of hard to compare players. Kirk Cousins is on pace for 51 touchdowns, 6,000, over 6,000 yards, and 11 touchdowns with 11 interceptions with 51 touchdowns, and there's no wins. It's hard to believe a QB who's on pace for 50 touchdowns and their team hasn't won a single game yet. Just wild. Their defense just hasn't been good. He's doing his job. The whole team is another story. The QB never wins or loses games. It's a team effort. He's played really good this year. It's just his team's been not good. So, former hashtag Patriots great Devin McCourty, he talked about Mac Jones and some of his antics. And he talked about his reputation as a quote, dirty player via Andrew Callahan. He said, quote, "You can't keep defending the same things." But adds he doesn't believe he is a dirty player. He then detailed what Mac has been caught doing across the line. Quote, "The twisting of Brian Burns' ankle. I think Chicago was the kick on a slide or something. Even last year, cutting my guy in the corner in Miami, Eli Apple, and all these different things." So, yeah, he's got a reputation. I don't know if he's a dirty player, if he has a reputation. But, yeah, as I was saying, he just has that reputation as a dirty player. Is he a dirty player? I don't know. He just has that reputation, though. But there's way too many incidents of this happening. He kind of did admit it, but he didn't want to make it seem like so bad. But he kind of is a dirty player. Just too many incidents of him. With the slide tackle, the incident with Brian Burns where he twisted his ankle. Just too many incidents. So your NFC players, NFC and AFC offensive players and offensive and defensive and special teams players of the week for Week 3 of the NFL. Kenneth Walker for the Seahawks, Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, and kicker Matt Prater. In the NFC, AFC offense, Dolphins Devon Achane, how do you say his first name? Bills linebacker Terrell Bernard on defense, and special teams Colts kicker Matt Gay. Yeah, great game from the Dolphins rookie. Was really impressed with Achane. Myles Garrett should have got that AFC defensive player of the week, in my opinion. But there's a lot of players that had good weeks. So update, the hashtag Cowboys say they won't be surprised if hashtag Patriots rookie cornerback Christian Gonzalez follows wide receiver CeeDee Lamb on Week 4. Mike McCarthy said, and quote, "Excellent prospect coming out, off to a very good start. Impressed with his tape, I will not be surprised if he follows CeeDee on Sunday." Gonzalez, known by his teammates as quote, "Silent Assassin," played pretty well against hashtag Jets Garrett Wilson and hashtag Dolphins Tyreek Hill this season. Well, is this really like a report? Obviously, he's gonna have. Obviously, he's fought each team's top receiver. Obviously, he's gonna follow CeeDee. There's no really point in posting this. And also, I mean, there's no other quarterbacks that would cover him because the rest of them are hurt and trash, and he would just feast on them. So remember when Jonathan Taylor said his health, per Ian Rappaport said this was reported like September 10th, when it said he's healthy and can pass a physical, he does trade talks and are expected to resume, and don't be surprised if it's with the Dolphins. Well, Colts Pro Bowl running back Jonathan Taylor, this is an update, is still reportedly seeking a trade from the team, and it appears Indianapolis isn't interested in signing Taylor to a long-term contract per Dan Zano, ESPN. Taylor still has to miss one more game while on the PUP list, but Graziano adds, quote, "It wouldn't surprise me if his first game of the season was in a different uniform." So, apparently, he's still seeking a trade from the team from the Colts. They aren't interested in signing him to a long-term deal. So, maybe a trade could happen soon. I don't know. Do the Dolphins really need his services? Because they still got Mostert and a chain. They could still have Jonathan Taylor, Mostert, and a chain. That would be scary for opposing defenses. So remember, after former Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger and Jerome Bettis accused the Patriots of cheating in that 2004 AFC Championship game, many called them out for lying about details from the game. Ex-Pats quarterback among them, quote, "You call that cheating? Are you crazy? This is what determined the outcome of the game. Tom Brady was better than Ben Roethlisberger. Rodney Harrison was better than Troy Polamalu. Corey Dillon was better than Jerome Bettis." I feel like it's just Ben Roethlisberger being salty. I don't know why they haven't let that go. Big Ben's like, "Hey, let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go." So it's like it's 2023. Find something else to talk about. Who cares about a fucking AFC Championship game from 2004? I'm not gonna talk about Ronnie Harrison. There's no point talking about it. Dolphins wide receiver Jalen Waddle practiced fully yesterday. He missed last week's game, obviously with the concussion he suffered against the Patriots. I fully believe he's now going to play week 4. So the Eagles tried to fake tush push in play, but it turned disaster after Jalen Hurts got tripped and fell. First off, why show that play when you're up 22-3 in that game? But an update, he doesn't mind the people who want to ban the tush push play, and this is an update. I have no thoughts on it. We're the only people doing it as well as we are. A guy even wanted me hurt for it too. I don't think the NFL should ban this play. They aren't doing anything wrong, they're just being smart. I mean, because it's football, man. If it was cheating, everybody would run this play on the one. I mean, people are ridiculous, man. At least in my opinion. So former All-Pro cornerback Richard Sherman talked about it. He says the problem with the tush push play is by allowing it, that goes directly against rules when defense players do, pushing players into the offensive formation. It's not allowing defense because it's a, quote, health and safety issue. So why is it allowing offense but not allowing defense? Is what he basically said. The long snapper can't block and it's for his safety. I ain't saying that too. Like, I like being a defensive guy, and everyone to me is free game. He snaps and falls forward. He's pretty defenseless, so no one is defenseless on the D when the offense does the push. So, but this is, I guess, it's a valid explanation, or probably the first valid one I've seen. So some good news for the Chargers. Running back Austin Ekeler was seen participating in practice on Wednesday. He's missed the past 2 games with injury, so he actually might play this week, which is good news. Panthers coach Frank Wright says Bryce Young is on track to start in week 4. Just have to make sure there's no major setbacks, no flare-ups. But if he stays on track, I think things are heading the right direction. Andy Dalton done a good job on week 3, but now Bryce Young's going to come back this week, so it looks like it's going to stay on. He's going to stay on track. So Chiefs linebacker Willie Gay talked about Jets quarterback Zach Wilson. He was asked, when you look on tape, what are you seeing from Zach Wilson and the Jets offense? Quote, a team that wants to run the ball, which is I don't know if it's even going to be bulletin board material. They'll still get destroyed if they have bulletin board material. So, Rams coach Sean McVay says the team is hopeful for wide receiver Cooper Kupp's return in Week 5. They're currently ramping up his workload. So it looks like Sean McVay's going to have Cooper Kupp return soon. We're going to have a good trio with Atwell, Nakua, and Kupp. But that's all. Say for his first video. Until next time, peace.